everybody? So did you have a good summer?
Yeah, it was a lovely summer. Now look, now Dee has changed her look during the summer. You have now you've got your hair up.
You look beautiful. You look gorgeous, Dee.
I'm just loving this style now. This is my new look, you know. Yes. But, you know, I'll probably go back to having it down at some point. But, you know, sometimes you find something and you think, for now, it's good. Yes.
It's very good.
Yes, especially doing the beauty show, you see.
Yeah.
You suddenly become aware of these things.
Yeah, because we've been filming the beauty show. We've been, actually, the Wonderbirds have been busy, haven't we? Natalie, how has your summer been?
It's been really lovely. Loveliest of all, because my son just came back from America for 2 weeks. And during the summer, he lives in America. But my husband and I have been doing very little. We didn't go away. We went to Devon for a bit. But I'm just making the most of people, because he's now gone to Chichester to do a play called Redlands about the Rolling Stones case in the 1960s.
Natalie, can I come with you to see it, please? I'm desperate to see it.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Ooh. So I'm making the most of people, because I know, like, he's gone off this morning. Harry's only here for 2 weeks. So I'm trying making the most. So when I see you, Debbie and Dee, I will make the most of you. It's just that, you know, when you know you've only got people for a very short time. So it hasn't bothered me not going away. The weather's been up and down, but kind of lovely. What about you?
Oh, I don't know what I've done. I mean, oh yes, Dee and I went to Portugal.
Yes, we did. You did.
We did for a few days.
You left me behind.
Sorry,
I was really sad.
You were with your husband.
I was, but you looked like you were drinking rum punches by a pool, and it looked very nice.
Rosé wine, I'm afraid.
Rosé. Yeah. And it was with a lovely lady. Do you want to tell everyone, all the viewers, about where we stayed?
We stayed at a place called Salsalito with the lovely Sally in Portugal. And if you ever want to go to Portugal, you must go to Salsalito. It is just, well, it's like going to Morocco, even though you've just gone to Portugal.
Yes, exactly.
Explain what I mean, Dee.
Well, what it is you go to this amazing place, and it's a beautiful village called Luge.
Called Bagal.
Bagal, sorry. It's not called Luge, it's near Luge, though, isn't it? It's called Bagal. And Sally has been running this, but she's only got 4 rooms, so she gets very booked up, but it's really worth it, because she's just looks after you, and it's the most stunning place. And it is like a sort of a Moroccan sort of boudoir, actually. It's got a very French Moroccan feel to it, and it's got a swimming pool, beautiful breakfast, lovely ambience, and it's got an honesty bar.
Yes, in fact, which we were very dishonest about.
I call it a dishonesty bar, because you forget. You drink so much, you forget what you've drunk. But, but Sally's very generous as well, and she's a lovely, lovely person. Her husband, unfortunately, died, so she's running it herself with the help of a couple of people, but just wonderful. It was just just what we needed, wasn't it? Just to get away and rest.
Sally, thank you for having us, and we'll take you there soon, Natalie, maybe.
We will.
Thank you very much. I will be very honest at the honesty bar.
Yes, and you're so great at things like that. You keep us in check, Natalie. We did miss that.
I did that. Okay.
And there's also a dog there called Monty.
There is.
Oh.
Who is very, very handsome. So you better watch it, you know?
Yeah.
He's a bit of a flirt.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Not monogamous at all.
No, even though he pretends to be. These dogs. These doggies. Anyway, who have we got coming in today? Who is flying into the nest today, Dee?
The most amazing Annie Foulds from Great Ormond Street Hospital. She's also a fitness instructor, a motivational person in her own right. She's had tragedy in her life, but gosh, turned it round. She'll tell us all about it. But I've met her, and she's amazing.
Oh.
Come in, Annie.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Lovely to see you. Thank you for flying into the nest.
Thank you, Dee, for having me. I'm so excited to be here on the Wonderbirds. Thank you so much.
Not at all. So, Annie, tell us about yourself and what you've been doing.
Right. So I'm obviously Annie Foulds. I'm the founder of Annie Foulds Fitness. I've been running for Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital for 14 years, around the world, ultra marathons to 10Ks, 5Ks, normal marathons, South Africa, Sahara. I've been raising funds for Gosh for 14 years. My son, Jack, was at Gosh in 2010. That turned me into an ultra marathon runner. So that's what happened. And
tell me about, so Jack's absolutely, really fit now, isn't he?
So we were in Gosh in 2010. Jack had pancreatic endocrine cancer.
What is that?
That's a really rare case of cancer in the pancreas. And we had the most amazing doctor at Great Ormond Street, Dr. Kylie. That took me to go to run ultra marathons and for Gosh to raise funds. And we've done about the London Marathon 8 times. And I've been running, I think I've accumulated about 90 races, but literally for Gosh, for the last 14 years, I've been running ultra marathons, and I'm hopefully training for a massive one next year to raise even more funds.
So what sort of treatment, I mean, how did you find out about this, and what sort of treatment did he get? I mean, what sort of symptoms did he have, and how old was he? I mean, so many questions. Tumbling out.
So it started with how Jack went to Hill House School, and Hill House were amazing. And Jack just started losing weight, but they didn't know what was wrong. They thought he had a virus. So that he's had a stomach bug. And I was thinking, mother's instinct. I was like, no, there's something wrong. So this went on for a few months. And I said to my wonderful friend, who's a teacher at school at Hill House, Karen, to watch him for me. Sadly, it ended up him collapsing at home, and all his basically insides came out. He's literally dying at home. And I sort of just kept hold of him, and he's like, and I just put fluids into him. I knew what to do. I put fluids into him and said, you're not leaving me. And he goes, thanks, Mummy. And his eyes started rolling. And I went, no, you're not dying on me today. And I got my husband said, you just need to take him to Chelsea, Westminster. My husband just ran out of our apartment, and luckily there was a taxi there, and he went straight into the they didn't speak to anybody, straight into the ICU, and just said, my son is ill. And they said, your son's severely ill, he's dying. And then we went straight to intensive care, and we didn't come out. I mean, we didn't know what was happening. We just knew that Jack was dying. And it was such a rare case. There was no lumps or bumps or anything like that for Jack. It was just a massive tumor. It was that large.
Wow.
In his pancreas. It was that huge. And for 2 weeks, they didn't know. And they were working tirelessly with Great Ormond Street. And I'm just so grateful to Great Ormond Street, because they, the Chelsea Westminster were just working with Great Ormond Street all the time behind the scenes. And my husband and I were just praying, because we didn't know what was wrong for 2 weeks, because he was so ill. They just said, your son's dying, and we don't know what of. And it was Great Ormond Street that discovered that he had this very, very rare pancreatic cancer, endocrine pancreatic cancer. And so we got transferred after 2 weeks to Great Ormond Street into the Lyme ward. And we had just the best team service we could possibly hope for, because Jack's cancer was just so rare. There's only 40 in the whole world. And that's what Great Ormond Street is all about. It's just these incredibly rare and difficult cases, and Jack was one of those. And he literally, basically was dying at home. So Great Ormond Street basically saved Jack's life. They saved his life. So that's why I run so much around the world for them, because I will continue to run, because you can't repay that, can you?
How old is he now?
Jack's now 24, and his scar is from left to right. It's that big, and the surgery took 6 hours.
Wow!
And he was lucky enough to go on to become a model, which I'm very grateful for, because he was so worried about his scar. He missed out on school. He missed out on football. He was very conscious about it. It's a huge scar. So when I saw the scar, I was like, oh my God, my poor son. But I was obviously so grateful to be at Great Ormond Street, because I was like, oh my God, what did they do? And it was attached to his spleen. It was an amazing operation. It was groundbreaking.
But surely he wears that scar with pride, because that saved that scar. I mean, wow, what a scar.
He does wear it with pride now. It's taken a few years, but he's here today. He plays football. He's a model. He does work. He's incredibly healthy, incredibly happy. We've had no recurrence of the cancer. of the tumour regrowth. So we were just so fortunate and so blessed to be associated with Gosh and to be treated at Gosh.
Wow.
I've actually got chills just listening to this story, but more than anything, the ability of you as a mum, because it's everybody's worst nightmare, to turn this round like you have. To help other people. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah,
what a story.
Yeah, no, when Jack was in intensive care, we thought we were going to lose him. And they gave me 2 strong decisions as a mum, which you just don't want to be in. You don't want to hear your son's dying or your daughter's dying, your child is dying. And I heard that several times. And then they asked me to make some very life-saving decisions or not on Jack, which I had to do. And then, because, you know, I'm into fitness and I love my running and my fitness is what I do for a living. I'm a personal trainer. Jack used to call me a super mummy. So when I was laying with Jack, I laid on top of him when at his most crucial time. I said to him, "What do you call mummy?" And he said, "Super mummy." So I said to him, "Take my superpowers and you fight and you win." And he just went all calm. He just went all calm and, "Okay, mummy," like that. And he was 10, you know. And I'm just, you know, we went at Christmas as well. And I must say, at Great Ormond Street at Christmas, your worst nightmare, the worst time of your life, and Gosh just made it magical. They made them unbearable, bearable, because we had Santa Claus, we had cakes, we had mince pies, we had balloons, and I had to run from my other son Harry, who I have a younger son, back home to give him Christmas presents, and then go back to Jack to his ward and try and deal with Jack. That Great Ormond Street, you know, the ward was magical. You know, they made the unbearable, your nightmare, kind of bearable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Dean's been through it with her granddaughter too, you see?
Yeah, isn't it leukemia, Dee?
Yes, leukemia twice.
Yeah. I mean, it's the worst thing.
Oh, awful. And she got sepsis, and then she got a brain thing where they thought she had a bleed on the brain in hospital, but she hadn't. It was a condition as a result of sepsis.
Yes.
So she was on an incubator she was in a, you know, induced coma for a week.
Yeah.
It was the worst time ever. And oh God, it was just horrendous.
Yeah.
But, you know, we came through it, and she's very fit now, thank God.
I know, it's a blessing. I feel blessed myself. So
I do too. I thank God every day, you know.
Yeah, and the pain, I'm sure you can relate, Dee. The pain I felt then, I use that now in my everyday life. Hence is why I don't think any ultra marathon or any event that I'm going to partake in can be as bad as that. It's not as bad as that. And I really call on that kind of strength and that kind of that pain I have. I use it for goodness, and I use it for my clients as well. I really help my clients as well, because I think that experience is unique, isn't it, Dee?
It is. It really is. I remember the worst time, and I was literally on my hands and knees, and it was almost like I felt, you know, just make it me and not her, you know, and my daughter.
Yes.
It was like, oh my God, it was the worst moment of my life.
Yeah, me too.
And you can't describe it to anyone, can you? You can't explain it.
You can't explain it. You can't even articulate the pain.
No.
When someone says to you, your son is dying, or you just can't articulate that pain.
Not
you know, into any kind of, you know, no matter how smart we are, you just can't. You can't.
No.
I think we're very blessed for them to be here today. And Jack, I feel every single day when I feel blessed, absolutely blessed. It's hard.
I love that you said to him about use your superpower. I think that's because it's so important. Because I think that the power of the mind, people underestimate that.
Well, Jackie was nervous, and I had to make a decision to put fluids into him, otherwise he would pass away. And I put like loads and loads of fluids in. I said to him, "Please do." But then I could see he was nervous and anxious, and I wanted to calm him down. And I wanted also, like you say, Dee, I wanted it to be me. So I said, what can I do to help? So I said, take my powers, take me, transfer my energy into you. And I think that's what he did, because he went all calm. He went all calm, and that's what you can do. You want it to be you, don't you? So that's what I said. Just take mummy's power and my calmness and energy, and just use it. And I felt like he did, because he went all calm. He went, okay, he went all calm.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
powerful.
Yeah.
But it just shows the power of a mummy. You know, you how much you need your mum, you
Your
know,
love.
for everything. That calming thing. I remember, you know, feeling like that, you know, whenever my mum was around, I was always very calm because she made me feel calm. And then as I grew up, I realized that she never, and had my own children, that she never knew anything either. But you know, because you don't, do you? When you're your own kids, you think,
You just do what is instinctive, don't you?
Yeah, and like you, I wanted to protect them as much as possible because we're lucky enough to have a lot of parents and children from Hill House come into the hospital, and they said to me, "Why are you so calm?" I said, "Because I want to protect him from the stress that I feel and the pain that I feel, because I want him to use any kind of ounce of energy in his body to fight, you know, his cancer." And I say, I just wanted to protect him. Obviously, at home, then I cried my eyes out, you know, private.
Yeah.
But when I was with Jack, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, that he didn't drain him from anything. You know, he didn't feel how scared I was, really, to be honest. You know?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
You have to be very careful not to transfer that fear as
yeah,
well.
absolutely. Because I feel it, for me, I feel it does, because being in sport and being in ultras, your mind is everything. That's why I do ultras. And that's what drove me to do ultras, because it's more of a mind game than a physical game. And if you can control your mind, your body follows. Like when I say I can't do it, I start losing energy. But I'm like, come on, Annie, you can. I really go through the toughest races possible. And then my training is intense. I do, you know, 60 to 80 miles a week sometimes. But I use on that strength of my mind for what I've learned through.
Yeah, I mean, what's very interesting, I think, though, Annie, is sometimes, you know, they say if you visually, you know, visualizing, you can do it, and visualizing, seeing yourself over the finish line, everything else makes you do it. Now, I visualize about exercise, and I can't visualize it. It's the only thing. Honestly, I say, "Come on, Debbie," and I see this, and I go, "No." That's the only thing in my life I cannot visualize me running.
You can't. Well, hello, I can help you. On that, literally, I have so many ladies that say to me, "I can't do that. I can't do this." Literally, I have the power of literally unlimited belief. I really do. And
the power of visualization I have, but the power of visualization as far as exercise and running is.
I'm your lady.
I might challenge you to that.
Okay, I love a challenge. That'd be great. Seriously.
Wow, this is honestly, Annie, you're so positive and amazing. So tell us, what are you doing next?
Well, this was going to be a secret, but I want to share it with you, ladies, and because I think this is going to be immense for Gosh. I'm training for an event called 7 Marathons in 7 Days in 7 Continents, and I'm going to be fundraising for Gosh on that. No one actually knows about that, so I saved it for you.
Thank you. So where are you going?
So, well, they have the event in November, but I'm not doing it this year. It's an annual event every February. So I'm hoping that they're going to put it back to February next year so I can compete in next year, because I'm training very hard for it. And it's going to be for Gosh, for fundraising for Gosh, because as we know, we need 300 million for our cancer centre.
Yes.
So we want to get to that point and raise those funds. So I want to do, it's the toughest race I've ever done in my life. And I hope it will raise, well, I'm going to achieve it. And I hope we raise an enormous amount of money for the cancer centre at Gosh for that. Wow. So that's the next big one. But I'm doing the Royal Parks half marathon, and I'm doing many marathons, a couple of marathons in between that. I'm going to Venice Marathon. But for me, you know, I do at least 3 marathons a year and half marathons. So I do about sort of 9 races a year anyway. We need, you know, because you know that September is our childhood awareness of cancer month. So we need to get that awareness out. So,
oh God, Natalie hasn't said anything. She's gone very.
No, I tell you what, I've been so moved by what I've been listening to. Just your positivity and your super mum. Not necessarily for exercise or for getting energy, but just literally mental attitude. You've just given me such a shake up.
Thank you, Natalie.
Well, she needs it. She needs a shake up. Yeah.
I train women because of that reason. I want us all to be amazing, and I want people to really reach their potential. And I say, be your best self. And I really do feel like that. I'm really like that all day, every day. Like, come on, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this. So I'm like this all day, every day.
Oh my God, it must be like having a relationship with Tigger.
But no, seriously, I do, because I do believe that people can do it. They just don't, you'll believe in yourself, and like you say, you sort of just take off the limitation of the brain and say you can do it. And I love doing that. I love saying to people, you can do it, and watching them do it, and and they change, and they really do change, and they suddenly have a different persona. And I think that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
That is incredible. We're doing a lot of work soon around wellness, women's wellness. We'd love you to be involved with that, Annie.
Absolutely. That's at my heart. I would love to do that, Dee. Thank you so much for asking me.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Debbie's come up with the idea of having some events next year as well.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's really great that you're definitely part of that, if you don't mind.
Annie, are you you do all these marathons, all these amazing things? Do you also are you a motivational speaker as well?
I would love to be. I'm not, but that's what I would love to be. My clients call me out. They keep saying, Annie, we need more Annies in the world. That's what they actually say. Yeah. But I actually think that everybody is amazing, just that they just don't believe it. I really truly believe that I'm not amazing. I think you're all amazing. I think you're all amazing.
Yeah, I think we all. I do agree with you. I think we all have superpowers for different things. I mean, I do kick people up the arse a hell of a lot, but not about physical exercise, about different things.
Yeah.
And I think different people have different strengths in that respect.
Yeah.
Therefore, when somebody does that to me, I get quite nervous about it. I remember once trying to get trained, and they said to me, "You've got to run up and down the stairs at this gym 5 times." And I went, absolutely no way, Jose.
You've got that self-belief, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And I think that is to be honed and nurtured, and how amazing that you're passing that on and sharing that with other people. And it's not about running marathons or anything or exercise. It's about whatever is going on in your life to be positive about.
That's what it is all about for me, Dee. I think I'm a very holistic kind of trainer.
Yeah.
I get to know the people, and I get into the people, and I want to know the people, and then I sort of bring out what's in them. I start from scratch with every single person I meet, and I sort of meet you, and I think, and I see you, I see you individually. Yeah. And then I just literally work with you, and not in a training way, just like say holistic way, with your mind, with your life, what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. Some of my clients go through tough times, and I feel privileged that they still want to see me, because they tell me that I get it, because I work with them themselves as people.
Thank you. I think you really are the epitome of a Wonderbird.
I do too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But before this 7-day extravaganza, this incredible thing you're going to do, maybe we should have you on, and then afterwards, how did it go?
Absolutely.
Everything else.
Absolutely.
Pleasure.
Come back and see us really soon, and thank you for all the work you do, and thank you for all what you've done for us today on the Wonderbird show, because I can just see we all feel fired up. So please come back and see us very soon, and you've been amazing.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.